Hey, what's up guys, my name is Cherno and welcome to episode 15 of the Sparky game engine series in which we make a game engine from scratch in C++. So last time we had the joy of reading free images stuff. So just to refresh everyone, what we had was, cause it's been a while, like it hasn't been that long, but it's been like a day or so. We had this test, let me just open this in paint.net, I think if I just go edit. Yep. Okay, so we had this texture, and I read it in, but the problem we had was, so we were reading it in, and it was looking a bit weird because 070183, like, that is definitely not the color of the final pixel in here, because that color was 183183, so it turns out that it was this color, obviously, as you saw in that video, and, it actually read it in, it seems, from this last coordinate to there. So I think so, but I'm not 100% sure. So if we just make this white, for example, we should see 255, 255, 255. That's one thing I didn't verify last time, that this was actually the last pixel and it's not reading it like this, because that would be even worse. That would be just weird. So let's just quickly check out that it is 255, last one. It is. Okay, good. So there we go. It looks like at least we know how it's loading it in. Now, if this is a question of whether or not we want to pass it into OpenGL like that, we totally could. Because right now if I just look at this, I mean, yeah, it looks pretty good. Whatever, it is in reverse order. If we did want to change it or something, X is being read fine, but if we did want to change it or something, we could simply reverse this whole process. So pitch right now is, what is pitch? What is pitch? So pitch would be 24, actually, no, I think it, let's just double check what pitch is. Okay, pitch is 24. So pitch is the same as bits per pixel. So if we did want to do something like this, we could, so how are we doing this? And what's this? So this is 2. Okay, so it looks like it's the other way around as well here. That's all right. Little endian, huh? Well, what we could, this is so bizarre. It's fine though. It's fine. What we could do is, what is this? So this pixel is totally fine. We could just basically set this to be, yeah. I don't know. There's a few different ways we could do this. If we wanted it, to reverse this, we could just simply, change the order of the vertical reading of it, which would mean that the pixel, of course, needed to be, we would have to read these bits a bit separately and actually point to the end of bits, which would be a bit more interesting. So, do we know the length of it? It's just going to be width times height times, so pitch, oh it is, okay, so that is the bits. What? Because it's being added onto, that is so bizarre. Maybe that's why we weren't reading all of it last time. But that is kind of weird. But if we have something like this, it should, nah, it's totally wrong. Maybe it's not that. I don't know. This is such a weird format that it's weird. Because we seem to be doing it correctly, but lol. Anyway, there's a few different ways we could actually change the way that this is being read and whatnot. Wait, what's, oh no, of course that's not working. That's pixel, but not, oh, no, I thought that was bits. What did we have before? We just had that, didn't we? So we're converting, what is that doing? Oh, because we're advancing it. Why did they have to make this image library so confusing? Seriously, it's just not, it's not even, All right. Anyway, we're gonna, all that aside, we now know how we can load images and whatnot. So this is our image loading test. All we need to do now is to basically put it into an OpenGL texture. So if we just shut this off for a minute, so that we lose all of that, and let me just shut off that breakpoint as well. We don't need it. Not that it's gonna hit it or anything, but this is what we had before in terms of our actual game. Cool. We had this thing, we had, that was with groups and whatnot. Let's start with creating a texture. So to create a texture class in graphics, I'm going to hit up new item, going to type in texture, I'm going to include, or rather pragma once. It's going to include our namespace, which is Sparky graphics. And class texture. Okay. Whoops. So this is going to represent a pretty simple texture. This, when we move on to arrays of textures, it's going to be slightly different. We'll do that probably today as well, a bit later on. Well, actually for the video it won't be today. For the stream it will be today. But let's quickly include glue. And I think that's probably all we'll need. So one thing we might want to do is hold on to, let me just include stuff like string. We probably don't exactly need to, but we'll include it. One thing that we will do is we will hold on to the path to the texture. That's great for debugging purposes. If not, we can probably make some kind of release configuration that gets rid of it if you are concerned. We'll have a texture ID, which is the OpenGL kind of texture that we need to have. And finally, I think we'll probably just hold on to the width and height, okay? So when you create a texture, we got to think about this as well. But usually when you create a texture, you'll probably want to take in a path, and that's probably about it. So we should be able to take in the path to an actual, we should be able to just take in a path to an actual image. So what I mean by that is, you just specify like a PNG, and then it should be able to work out everything, including the width and height from it, and it will be able to do that just fine. We'll have a destructor, and let's see. So we should probably have getters and stuff. So we'll have our bind, we'll have our unbind, right? So this will bind and unbind the texture. We might actually specify a way to pop it into a particular texture slot as an active texture. We'll do that when we do texture arrays and whatnot. For now, we shouldn't have to deal with that. And then we'll finally make an inline unsigned int get width, which will just return width. I should have called that mWidth. Oops. And then the same thing we'll have for the height. Let's just pop a const here as well. And it should probably return a const unsigned int. It doesn't really have to. I mean, we're just kind of assuming that it's not going to be changed, but we might want to increment the get width just locally for some reason, or divide it by 2. I don't know. But we'll just keep it const like this, just to. I think that's probably going to be the more like, I guess, correct way of doing things, because when you do retrieve the width, it shouldn't be something that changes because you can't change it. So you shouldn't give the illusion that it changes. Anyway, that's probably more about how stuff actually works and more about programming practices than actual functionality. But let's have a GLU int. So it is an unsigned int, I believe. Only like shader stuff really have we'll have load. Only like really like shader stuff and what was I gonna say? More or less like uniform like locations and whatnot return negative numbers and signed ints, but most OpenGL stuff is unsigned. Okay, cool. So let's grab free image. Let's pop it over here. It's going to be our image loading thing. I might write an actual free image. Seems like semi easy to use though, so I don't think it's no, it doesn't. It's not that good. But anyway, it doesn't seem too difficult to use, so I don't think it'll be something that we have to abstract ourselves and actually put out into like an image loading utility class. We could have something like that. In fact, I think we just will, just because it might be a bit better. So we'll have like something like image load or something. I don't know. I'm really tempted just to switch convention. But yeah, I'll just do it. The whole reason that we've got stuff in uppercase and lowercase is because Visual Studio refused to rename batch renderer to lowercase, so I guess we're somewhat in that land now. But we'll just have a pragma once, namespace, Sparky. We'll just have this normal in the normal namespace, and then we'll just make a static, let's see, so this should return a bunch of pixels. Apparently it likes returning byte though, so if we grab free image, I don't really know. Byte is just a bunch of unsigned chars, by the way. We should probably look at, in our documents, we do have in libs under free image, there is an actual example of getting into, where's Sublime Text? There is an actual example of getting into OpenGL, and that's this. And apparently all they do is they pass in the bits just by, as an unsigned byte, but just by using, it seems, the get bits, and that's it. They don't even, that's all they do. So really we should just be getting that. So static byte, pointer, we'll just go static void, I think. Static void load image. We'll grab the, I think all we really need is the path. So this will be a const reference. We really just need the path, which actually I'll just pass in like this. The path, then we need pixels, unsigned int, width, unsigned, and I'm passing these as pointers just because I kind of prefer that style a bit more, because that basically tells me that, oh, okay, it's actually going to modify those things. So again, we could return pixels as well. There's just so much we could do, but we'll just leave it like this for now. Okay, cool. So this is what we had. In fact, I'm just going to steal most of this. So we verified that it totally works now. Let's steal pretty much all of this, and that's really all we needed to do, right? Yeah. So if we steal this, let's get rid of most of this stuff. Let's just change this to like, it's like proper, like modern kind of. So bits are these pixels. It's actually going to reassign them though. Might not be the best way to actually, might be better to just do this, to be honest. Just because they're null anyway. So width and height we don't need, remember, we're passing that in through here. So OpenGL's texture ID, we don't need that. So path, or yeah, file name is probably better. Name, fifth, okay. So we'll do stuff like return null pointer. Check the plugin, yeah, we'll do all this stuff, why not? Oops. Okay, bits is our result, so byte result, and then we'll set width and height appropriately. Well, then we'll return our result. Alright, so that looks pretty good. There's our actual setting. Everything else should read it in pretty well. We've basically tried this and it seems okay. But if we pop out into, I can't believe I'm just switching convention midway through. It's a bit annoying really, but what am I doing? I'm closing out all my classes. I'm not going to dwell too much on that, don't you worry. Okay, texture, where's graphics, texture? Oh, we don't have an implementation file yet. Okay, cool. So let's make an implementation file now. Let's just go new item, C++, texture, include texture, namespace, Sparky. Can't type today apparently. It's because I'm not even looking at my keyboard. It's all hidden here. Namespace, graphics, Please don't change everything. Oh, you did it anyway. You're annoying. I asked you, Visual Studio. I was like, please. Okay, texture, which takes in... I should probably just go file name instead of path, shouldn't I? Where's our texture? Okay, so that's going to equal our file name. What we'll do now is pretty much just load this in. One thing I wanted to mention was, yeah, so all we'll do is we'll set our texture ID equal to load, okay, which should basically take care of everything, including our width and height and whatnot. So if I make the load, we'll make a destructor as well. So destructor will have to actually release the pixels. We'll probably do that straight away though as well. That's something that I probably should have mentioned. So in you might have noticed in our image load utility thing, you would have probably noticed that we actually we allocated. Well, it doesn't seem like this actually does anything. Like as in, I don't know how it works internally, but free image unload is probably what actually deletes this. So, and that actually needs the dib. So I'm not sure if we can do this. I'm not sure if this will actually delete. I should really look at the source code or the documentation. But free image unload might actually delete these bits. So it could be a bit dangerous. Once we pass them into OpenGL, it's okay. But again, I don't know. It might just unload it from memory, but not delete the bits. Maybe they get put into their own memory. I don't know. We'll figure this out though. So we won't use the destructor or anything just yet, but this looks like it probably will need to get deleted at some point, and this isn't the source code, so I have no idea. I should look at the source code if I'm doubtful, but I'm not too doubtful right now, and it shouldn't be really too much of a problem. So if we pop into texture, so what I'm saying is we'll leave the destructor blank for now because I really don't know how free image works, but we'll have our load, right? Which returns an unsigned int, and I think that's all of our methods, right? Oh, bind and unbind, okay. We'll implement them quickly as well. So, bind and unbind are going to be, as usual, very simple. GL bind texture, GL texture 2D, and mtid. Okay, cool. So load. Okay, so load is what's actually going to do most of our heavy lifting. We'll include our utility. I might actually put the utils into their own kind of like project, basically. And then we can just refer to them with these brackets, and we don't have to do paths, and they can be maintained separately as kind of Sparky utils or something. I don't know, but we'll talk about that stuff in the maintenance episodes, of course, not these real episodes. So to load this stuff, it seems that all we really need to do is if we go byte. We'll go byte pixels. It doesn't even matter. They can probably not be. We don't have to allocate them or anything. Then we'll go ahead. Oh, actually, that's our result. So we can just go equals image load. Image. Oh, it's load image, isn't it? Load image. The file name is going to be file name, which we'll probably have to convert into a C string. We might have to put that into its own thing, I don't know, we'll see. And then width and height is just going to be width and height. Okay, there we go. So that looks pretty good. That's going to hopefully do all of our heavy lifting for us, and that really should be all we need to do from this side of things. So apparently all we need to do next is set up the textures properly, as in how OpenGL will do it, and then just yeah, just called GL text image 2D with all of our parameters, and that's it. And see, it unloads it after, which is so free images copy of the data. So is it implying that it is a copy? This is very confusing. We'll see. We might actually have to turn this into a class or something so that we can destroy the class or something later. So much confusion. We'll see. We'll figure it out, okay? Don't you worry. Okay, so we'll go ahead and just allocate everything. So if we have our result, which is our ID, we'll go ahead and GL gen textures, just one, and results, okay? We'll bind the texture. Results. We'll unbind it at the end. Okay, and then all we have to do is we can set a few parameters. So I like to set, I usually like to set parameters such as, do we want it to be anti-aliased or not? That's usually one of the more popular parameters, I guess. So basically, if you change your min filter, texture min filter, and your mag filter to be, you can change them to either be linear, which means they will linear interpolate between pixels if the thing is too large, or you can change it to something like nearest, which will just go to the nearest pixel, obviously, which will result in a fully, like, no anti-aliasing at all. So if you're going for something like Minecraft low resolution textures with, you can see each pixel clearly and it's not, you know, whatever, then nearest is what you want. Otherwise, you want linear. Obviously, we will support both of them depending on what the person using the engine decides. Right now, because we're testing, we'll just go nearest. We'll probably have to set this up somehow. But for now, this is how the cookie will crumble. We'll go ahead and set up our, so text image 2D is what we can actually use to specify our data. So our target, of course, is just the same as it always has been. Now the level will be 0. We might talk about this stuff. We don't really need to talk about this stuff at all because we're not going to be doing stuff like 3D textures and texture arrays just because they're a little bit weird, and it's better to just do our own arrays of textures and manage that ourselves. Internal format, I'm assuming it will read it. See, it might read it as RGB, it might read it as RGBA. It's going to be a bit difficult. Luckily, we can query the actual pixels for something like that, and we'll definitely deal with that for now. Right now, I just want this to work though. Width and height is going to be M width and M height, and it looks like, what does it want? It just wants GL units, I'm sure. Oh, size eyes, yeah, that's right, which are units. Okay, so we'll just change for the sake of being all cool with OpenGL. We'll change this to GL size eye. And we'll do the same for load image. Okay, and it has for image, which has the OpenGL header, so it knows what it is. Great. Okay, so there we go. And then we need, what's next? We need border, so no border, of course. A format, which is probably just going to be RGB again. Then the format, which is going to be unsigned byte. And finally, the actual data, which will just be pixels. Now, at this point in time, when we're done, we should basically delete pixels. Now, the reason I'm not deleting them is because I don't know who manages that memory, and we might have to just free it using free. I don't know what's going on, so we'll have to definitely verify that and whatnot. That's it. That should be the end of the story. Let's quickly run through this and see how it works, though. So if I go ahead and I decide to make a new texture by just calling, so we'll go source, graphics, texture, and then we will go ahead and just create a new texture, say here. So this should probably stick together here. Texture, let me zoom in a bit. Texture. So test.png I think was what we had in our directory here. Where are we? So Visual Studio, projects, Sparky. Yeah, so in here, test.png, great. Yeah, so we're just running through this. So let's just run this and see what happens. Okay, it didn't even build. Texture load must return a value. Yes, it must. So if we were in release mode, it probably wouldn't even tell us that. Because it's not really an arrow. Okay, I want to step in here and... Oh, no, I don't. I absolutely don't want to step in there. Okay, so pixels, it seems like that. Again, it's hard to read these things. I'm assuming that's correct, though. Width and height is 8 by 8, so that worked. Let's just see if OpenGL is happy with it. OpenGL seems happy with it. Okay, great. So let's actually test it out now. That's the best way to do things. So one thing you'll notice with our image is, yep, that looks correct, top to bottom. We'll need to push in a few texture coordinates and see how this works, though. So we don't actually support texture coordinates yet, do we? Can we simple renderer this? I think so. I think so. I think we can just go ahead and let's simple renderer this. So simple 2D renderer simple. Do we need to specify anything? No. Simple.add. Is that not a thing? I don't even know how this thing works anymore. We haven't maintained it for a while. Submit, that's right. Oh, because it's not a layer. Yeah, we don't need a layer. So simple.submit, renderable will be a new sprite. So we'll go 0, 0, 4, 4, maths, vec 4. Oh, we don't need a color because it's going to be a texture. So let's just do this for now. And then simple, we need to do that every frame. We don't want to create the sprite every frame though. So test texture. So, simple dot submit test texture simple dot flush. Let's just see if that appears on the screen. It should. Oh, what? What just happened? That definitely should not have happened. Is our renderer broken? Okay, submit obviously. Okay, flush is definitely broken. Access violation, reading location. Yes. So submit and it will DQ it. Interesting. Let's go into there and see exactly what went wrong. So sprite, what does that give us? That's definitely valid. So get VAO.bind. So what's mvertex array? It's not telling me because it's inlined. So bind is going to fail, isn't it? Yeah. That's mega annoying. Oh, well sprite should have done that though. Ugh. Wait, did we change sprite? Ah, goodness, we did. Our simple renderer is not going to work anymore because we broke everything. It doesn't have an actual vertex array anymore. Okay, that's fine. I guess we can batch render test it. That is annoying though. I don't think we'll be able to test this properly without actually... Well, we could always just OpenGL it, I guess. Okay, let's just lol it. And when I say lol it, I really mean lol it because we're just going to use OpenGL immediate mode. That works with shaders, right? And not only are we going to immediate mode, we're going to quad immediate mode. It's kind of sad that we don't have a simple way of drawing things anymore, but I'll fix that eventually. Okay, 0, 0. This is so hilarious. We're gonna go clockwise, we're gonna go anti-clockwise. The questions are just all there, but you know. Up is that way, right? There it is. Good. Yes, it does work with shaders. I was kidding. Of course it does. Okay, so let's just try this out. So texture.bind. We need to set up a few texture coordinates. Luckily, we can just do that by going texture coord. I can't even remember how to do this. Is it just texture coord 2D or something? Oh, it's text, isn't it? text coordinate to F, so 0, 0, I believe. That'll be like 1, 1, 1, and 1. Everything's bound, yes. Let's hop into our shaders real quick. So we're just testing whether or not textures will actually work. Will they? Will they not? It's all over the place and it's difficult. How do we access them? I think it's GL texture coordinate 2D or something. GLSL 1.1 text coords. Can you please tell me how to do it back in the day? Oh, of course. No one did it back in the day with that, though. I wonder if we don't specify a shader, whether it should just work, right? Lols. So if we... It's not going to override the shader, though. Oh, okay, well, we won't do it in the shader. We'll just... This is ridiculous. I forgot about the whole thing. There is a way to access it in the shader, definitely. But let's just... This will probably 1282 us. Yep. Oh, and it's still... The shader's still... Okay, let's just actually write the shader for it. If I can remember how to. So, let's stop our renderers. Let's basically just get rid of all this. Okay, just so we're rendering only that. So now it should... Oh, that's an error. Well, either it's an error or we just don't have a shader. So let's enable our shader. Okay, good. That seems legit. Let's go into our shader, which is basic.frag. We should just need our fragment shader. We need to take in a bunch of texture coordinates. Okay, no, we don't. We can just go ahead and say we do need a... Do we even need that? Oh, I don't remember what the GLSL like 1.1. I'm going to have to quickly Google this because I don't remember. I don't remember what they are. Okay, so no, I don't care. Communication, no. Just tell me what the different variables are. Let's just look at like a simple texture. Let's just look at that. Hopefully it's actually old school. This is a waste of time, honestly. I should have just ended the episode. Here we go. So GL, is that been built though? He seems to be setting it to something. They're multi-text chords. GL. So just GL text chord.st. Okay. Maybe that will work. I don't know. I'm in legacy land. It's annoying me. So what did he have? He had that. Okay. I don't even know if this will work, but we've committed to it already, so I'm guessing I need to pass that uniform in manually. Yes, I do. So shader.enable, shader.set uniform 1i, text value 0. Nope. What's up? Oh, I failed to compile it. Oh no shit, it's okay. I'm so embarrassed doing this. Yeah, but then we can't use that other stuff because, oh, I should never have done this. This was such, is it frag color? This was such a mistake on my part. Holy guacamole. This stuff probably isn't even a thing yet. Can I just use 140? That's a thing, right? Oh, so many errors. But that's deprecated up to 120. I will make this work. In blocks require, of course, it doesn't know what in is yet. Does it know what those kind of styles of comments are? Yes, yes. FSN, yeah, I know that's undefined. Oh, I've destroyed my shader. Oh, it worked, but that's not my texture at all. let's see. Yellow. It's yellow. That's like one of it, though. Let's just change it to like. This is so. I should definitely have not done this because I have no idea how to make it work anyway. Because, yeah, okay. So it's reading like 1 pixel of it. The texture coordinates are probably wrong. Oh, this was a mistake because I don't know how to deal with it. I mean that looks right, but you know. Oh. This was definitely not good. Yes, so, like, what is that? I'm learning a fair bit of Legacy GL right now. I don't think I ever did textures in that, or really used much of Legacy GL. So that should be the texture coordinates, right? Are these taking in the right? Are these correct? Let's quickly verify. That's a vec 4, right? So let's just. Oh man, that's not correct. Probably. Oh. Disaster. That's wrong. Probably. That's okay. So disaster. I mean, it's not working. So the texture coordinates probably not. How do you read those things? This is ridiculous. This is the most ridiculous. This is the most ridiculous episode in the world. Oh, goodness me. Well, I guess I'm doing this now. Oh, goodness. Okay. You guys are gonna love this. Oh, no. Okay. Let's do it. Let's just do it. We've gone this far. Let's just do it. Well, was it? We were on 120, right? That means we lose everything. Uniforms were still a thing, I hope. We don't need that, we don't need that. Okay, maybe this isn't that bad. I can just revert my shaders or something, right? Goodbye. Okay, does that still work? Oops. Okay, position's not a thing. How do I... Is it just GL position? Yes, it is. Okay, good. So this looks pretty good. And you might not be able to do this. Oh. Okay, I'll revert these, I promise. Okay, so... that's totally good. Let's take in a vector. So apparently you just do that, or you can do that, and then we'll have a varying vector tc. I cannot believe I'm doing this. Okay, let's see if this will work. So the magic word is what is it? It is GL vertex attrib 2f GL get attrib location. This is so old school. goodness me. Shader dot, like, what's the program? Shader dot shader ID float X and Y. Oh, so this is not using dashboard 2D anymore, clearly. This is so absolutely ridiculous. And it's called text core, I think, right? Man, this legacy stuff is hard. This works. I'm gonna be so surprised. Oh, 1282. Is the shader enabled? It is. Why are you 1282ing me? We should probably just see if the shader compiles properly. Oh, it did. That's bad. So it 1282s me here, does it? Yep. Okay, maybe couldn't find that. Text coord. Is that what we called it? Attribute vec2 text coord. Why? Why are you not working? So nothing's wrong with the shader apparently. So TC. Oh, why are you not working? Well, let's get rid of this. Not that it matters, but why are you 1282ing me? What am I doing? This is legit, right? Yep. I'm quadding myself. That's right. So I'm looking at this, by the way. Because I literally have never done this stuff in such old versions of OpenGL. And I'm highly regretting even doing this. So, see, so you're doing that. How are you? So it is text coord 0 equals. Maybe that's what I should have done. Yes, so it's this. So that's in vertex shader. I'm so mad. Okay. So once again, and I'm determined at this point. What's that in vertex shader? Line 22. Forgot semicolon. Okay, good. So now we go back to this. Oh, it's not working though. It's not working. Why is it not working? That's so annoying. Where are you, you Stack Overflow thing? Oh, what's this? Does that... Oh, maybe I need to set up the active texture. Maybe that's it. I don't think that's it, but... Legacy land is mean. So what was this giving me? Nothing now. Maybe the position's wrong. I doubt it, but it could be. Oh, that's interesting. That's okay. The blot thickens. Where are you getting your position from? that. Let's try this. Oh, that's an error now. Is GL position is a thing, right? Oh, this is another one of these useless episodes. Oh, I'm thinking of just giving up now. So why are you crying? Where is my... Oh, because I don't think I'm setting my thing at all. Yes, I'm not, because it's in the fudging layer. So let's head into the layer real quick. So maybe everything was just working. Let's head into the layer real quick. It's under layers. I think it's entire layer. This is our matrix. A shader. Where's the shader? Here it is. Okay, weirdness. What? Oh, that's not what I meant. Oh, of course that's not what I meant. Fudge factory. What's the... Is it vertex position? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's look more at like old school stuff. Creating a shader. I need a refresher on like GL cell like 1.4 or 2 or whatever. Just show me an example shader or something, please. Maybe it'll be in this. Maybe it'll be in this. Who knows? Load quicker. GL vertex is what I'm looking for. Thank you, stream. Yes. Okay. Now. I think we might actually be there. Where did my fragment shader go? Mother duck. Okay, please work. Please work. Oh my goodness, it works. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy now. There's our texture. Is it back to front? It is not even that. What? What? That's the right one, right? Is it incorrect? Thingy? (24-bit)? Yes. Looks like it is. Oh, well. Well. This free image thing is so ridiculous. We might have to just keep rolling the camera here. Let's do a few more like test thingies. Where's main? Main. Here you are. Where was it? This. Well, both of these really. They were kind of useful. Oh, it could be BGR. It could be in some... Oh, totally probably is. Even though the example showed something else. But let me just verify that this stuff is correct. 24. Yep, 24. Good. I don't understand why there's two things feel like the same, but okay. So yeah. So the probability... The probable thing here is it's just the other way around. Which is annoying, but like acceptable. 1280. Is that not valid? It is. What? Well, it's a thing here. Maybe I need to be like... Text image 2D. So, internal format, let's leave that as RGB, and then we'll just go BGR there. Oh. We've achieved victory. And with that, we're going to end the episode and actually implement this into our batch renderer next time. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. Goodbye. Vroom.